Wide receiver tier day. Big one.
Yeah, let's go.
So big that unlike tight ends, it requires more than one segment.
Yeah.
Well, you're staring at something. What are you staring at?
I'm waiting for you to talk. I
Usually look at me when you were like, let's go, and then you stared at the.
I assumed there was some sort of going to be sound or like a comment
This
from
is
one of the regulars.
This is my 4th year working with you. I know your mannerisms so well. When you look at the camera, I'm ready for like the big, speed.
I thought there was going to be something.
You thought that Ja'Marr Chase was going to start speaking, but he's not coming. He's not walking through that door.
Something like that, or that we were going to show rankings or something. I always look. So
let's look at wide receiver tier.
No.
There it is. Yeah.
We have a screen. When I'm looking at the camera, we have a screen behind the camera. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm now seeing what you at home are seeing as well. If you're watching this on YouTube or Peacock, I am seeing my wide receiver rankings, tier number 1. Proud Fantasy Life investor Ja'Marr Chase, of course, is my number 1 wide receiver, my number 1 overall. I have Justin Jefferson at wide receiver 2, and my guy 8, CeeDee Lamb, is wide receiver 3. All of these guys, friends of the podcast. All these guys.
All of them 8s is what his friends call them. Jay, let me ask you a simple question for wide receiver tier 1. You have the number 1 pick in redraft. Are you taking Ja'Marr Chase? Or are you going with something a little off the board?
No, I'm taking Ja'Marr Chase. I think you don't overthink this one. I think he's got the highest floor and the highest ceiling. It's a good combination to have. I think that this Bengals defense, even with Trey Hendrickson back, still going to be bad.
Yes.
Like, it's not going to be a good defense. I think Burrow is going to lead the league in passing yards. There is no way for Ja'Marr Chase to fail if he stays healthy. Like, there's just no way. Even if and Joe Burrow getting hurt, obviously, some sort of risk, but not really enough to make.
Even with Jake Browning, though, I mean, he's still produced with Jake Browning. Like he is money in the bank. I think I always say this: you can't win your league in the first round, or you can lose it. And so I think with first round picks, you generally want to go safe. And I would argue that any of these wide receivers in tier 1, just the 3 guys, Chase, Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb, are all high floor, high ceiling guys. They're all worthy of a first round pick.
Even with the young quarterback in Minnesota, you still high on Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, no, I get that question a lot. Like, I don't know about J.J. McCarthy.
It's causing him to fall more than he typically would.
Which is insane because, by the way, this is the same conversation we had last year with Sam Darnold. Right. And people were like, I don't know about Sam Darnold, really? Cousins is gone. Like, what are we going to do? Like, here's the answer. In 4 games with Nick effing Mullins, he scored 22 fantasy points. Like, every argument should be done. Like, he produced with Nick Mullins. What are we doing here, people? He's Justin Jefferson. He is quarterback proof. He's quarterback proof. And by the way, not only is it Justin Jefferson that's quarterback proof, when you are an elite pass catcher, when you can earn targets at a high level, you are quarterback proof. Malik Neighbors, with the suddenly released Tommy DeVito, last year was wide receiver 6 in fantasy points per game, right? Brock Bowers with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew was the number 1 tight end in fantasy as a rookie. Like, again, if you are an elite pass catcher, you will earn targets and it does not matter. Look what Brian Thomas Jr. did with Mac Jones last year. For the love of God, Nick Mullins. I don't need to say anything more. It's Nick. He produced with Nick Mullins. Why are we having this conversation?
That's a real conversation.
Nick Mullins, he chucks it up, to be fair. Nick Mullins gets it up. Yeah. His problem is that he,
for better or for worse,
he throws it to the other team a lot. But no, it was...
For sure, but like, how much worse could J.J. McCarthy be?
No, he's not going to be worse than Nick Mullins.
No, of course not.
It's actually physically impossiple to be worse than Nick Mullins during that 4-game stretch.
And also Carson Wentz. The Tim Boyle line exists.
Yeah, Carson Wentz as well.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of debate about J.J. McCarthy, and we haven't really seen much of him, and obviously he's coming off the serious injury. I am pro J.J. McCarthy. I think, I like the college tape, and I think in this offense with Kevin O'Connell coaching him with the weapons around him, I think McCarthy's going to be good. And I think here's the other thing I think. I don't think the Vikings are stupid. I think it's a good front office, and I think it's a good head coach. And so I suspect that if they didn't think J.J. McCarthy was the real deal, if they didn't think they're like, hey, we might have screwed this one up, they wouldn't have let Sam Darnold walk. They easily could have had Sam Darnold back for another year, sign him to a 2-year deal with 1 year of guaranteed money, and let J.J. sit for another year behind Darnold, or at least have a very solid insurance plan if McCarthy didn't happen. And they didn't. They said, go, Sam. Go with God.
Go with God.
Go with God.
Go with God.
Yeah,
That's
off to Clint Kubiak.
Yeah. Yes.
Unbelievable. My only, the slight concern with Jefferson just with this hamstring thing, which again,
lingering.
popped up a year or so ago as well. So, but again, not enough to demote him too much. Connor, do you think that pivoting to CeeDee Lamb, So I think people with Dak Prescott kind of forget a little bit. It's not just that Dak Prescott got hurt last year. Dak Prescott was bad for 2 months. He did not play at a high level last year. A lot of the athletic metrics, his sack avoidance, his scramble rate, that all fell off. Do you think that diminishes CeeDee Lamb, or is CeeDee Lamb just too good?
I think it's more of the latter. I think he's just too good. I'm kind of concerned, though. What we love about CeeDee Lamb is he's just a volume machine, right? And now George Pickens is going to get his, obviously. Ferguson is going to get his. But is it enough that takes CeeDee Lamb at a round 1 range? No. He's too good. The way they use him, they play him in the slot. They play him out of the backfield with routes. He obviously plays outside. So, no concerns. CeeDee Lamb would be the third wide receiver I would take as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's why I'm at third versus 1 or 2. But, George Pickens versus T. Higgins. You know what I mean? We have Chase at number 1, right? And so, we think Dak Prescott, we think he's going to have a bounce-back year. We think this is going to be a very high-volume passing attack. And while Pickens certainly is going to earn more targets than, Kevontae Turpin or
Jonathan Mingo?
Jonathan Mingo.
We literally always forget about
we always forget
Mingo.
Jonathan Mingo. They traded a fourth for. They could have had a quarterback for a fourth
It's one of the craziest trades ever.
Anyway, but
could have had 2 Kenny Pickett's.
Yeah, they had 2 Kenny Pickett's for a fourth rounder. But all I'm saying is Pickens is more of a deep ball threat. He's not a guy that you see generally getting 8-9 targets a game, the way you see it with CeeDee Lamb. At least on this offense, where he's the number 2 or possibly the number 3 behind Ferguson, depending on how it shakes out and where they are in the field. I think Pickens is going to catch. He's going to be he's going to be 4 for 80 with possibly for a long touchdown. I mean, we're very high on Pickens. I'm very high on Pickens this year, and we'll get to him in a second. But I don't feel the addition of Pickens is a reason to downgrade CeeDee Lamb.
Well, and what would worry you is potential loss of touchdown equity. CeeDee Lamb was great last year and caught 6 touchdowns.
Yes.
So it's not like you're looking at a number the year before he caught 12, or you're like, that might go down to 7 or 8.
Yeah.
No, it probably goes up, honestly, in this offense. So, I have a lot of faith in CeeDee Lamb, even with the changes around that team.
Right.
And we haven't talked about, if Micah Parsons isn't playing for that team, they are throwing a lot.
They're not going to run the ball. And, it's always this double-edged sword. Pickens is going to take targets away. Yes, but he's also going to take the defense down the field with him. He's going to take take the top off the defense. And so CeeDee Lamb, who's so good underneath with all those crossing routes and, out of the slot, he's CeeDee Lamb. He's going to be fine. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com. And I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched. Or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.